What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voyage RC. This is going to be another video in the X Factory RC, the X-6 Cube build series. This video I'm going to kind of show you how to prep the carbon fiber for the build. Some people know this, some people don't, but carbon fiber is it's a laminate that's put together in layers, kind of like laying fiberglass. And a lot of people just they take the chassis, the carbon fiber parts, and they just bolt it on there and go from there. But you can do something to it to help it last a little longer and maintain it so you keep those nice parts nice longer and you don't have to spend money to replace them. This is going to deal with going around the edges of it. You can see it's kind of rough, and you can I don't know if the camera will focus. Probably not. But you can see the layers in there. What we want to do to help this keep from delaminating is you want to scuff up the edges with a really fine grit sandpaper. Just go over it lightly. And then what you're going to use is you're going to use your CA glue that you use for gluing your tires, and you're just going to put a thin bead along that. And you can use your X-Acto knife just to work it in and flatten it out and cover the whole surface of the side. So I'm going to take you through the process of doing that. That way you guys can keep your carbon fiber parts in good shape and learn how to do it. So let's dive on in. Alright guys, I got the I don't know if you can hear it, but I got the Silver State Nitro Challenge on Live RC playing in the background, so it's good background noise. Fitting for this. Step one is you're going to want to take a fine grit sandpaper. I got a wet dry. I think this is 400 grit. You could go even finer than that. So all you want to do is you can see the rough edge there. You just want to go over it lightly, just to smooth it out a little bit. Doesn't take much. You don't have to do a whole lot. And then you want to, I keep a wet paper towel handy because then you can go over it to get all the carbon dust off. And just a heads up, if you're using a cow RC pit mat like I am, carbon dust is one of the few things that will stain it. So keep a wet paper towel handy. That'll usually hadn't had any problems. It just wipes it right up. So, but that is one of the things that will stain it, so be careful. But there you can see the edge now. If my camera would focus, which doesn't look like it will, but it smoothed it out. Got some of the roughness off of it. And then after you do that, the next step would be putting the glue on. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole length of the chassis, going lengthwise with it. You don't want to go against the grain, just go with the grain. I'll get that done, then we'll step into step two. Alright guys, I got the chassis all sanded down around the edges and wiped it down with a wet rag. You want to make sure you give it plenty of time to dry. You want it nice and dry for applying the glue, which is the next step. So you want to take your CA glue. This is just a much more racing rubber tires CA glue. Poke a hole in it. And you want to make sure you got a paper towel handy because you're working with glue, and it's usually handy to have a paper towel. Now that we got that, what you want to do is, it's not going to take very much glue. You just want a real thin layer that you can just spread out across the whole thing. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this on the camera, but just a nice thin you want to take your hobby knife or any other pointy object that you can get in there and make some fine adjustments with, and just spread out that bead so it covers the whole width of the carbon fiber sheet. You want to be careful, you don't want to get it on the nice shiny top or bottom. That'll just kind of ruin that. You just want it right on the edge, just to get in there and seal it. You're not looking to add a whole layer of it, you just want enough that's going to seal it. I don't know if you can see that on this camera or not, but you just want to repeat that for the whole length of the chassis. I also like to get in here on these little machined inserts for like the battery and the transmission, and just do the edge around there, not the bottom of it, but just the edge. It's hard to get in there with sandpaper, it's a little rough, but I'll just apply a small bead of glue in there, and then that'll help seal it too, keep it from delaminating and whatnot. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and do this and then get back to you. Okay everybody, I've got a nice bead around the whole edge of it. Just doesn't need to be thick, just like I said, real thin. Just work it in with your hobby knife or something kind of sharp and pointy you can get in there, make some fine adjustments with and spread it out. Did this one a little earlier. This is the rear shock tower. Still drying a little bit, but you can see it's just a nice thin layer of glue on there to help seal it up, keep it from delaminating. I also did the J-Concepts front shock tower for the B4, which you run the front clip off the B4 on the X-6 cube, so that'll be going on the vehicle. But just a nice thin bead, and we'll just let that set up and dry really good before assembly, and should be good to go. The one thing you're going to want to keep an eye on is just if you get in every few weekends or so of racing, just kind of go over your carbon fiber parts, see if you're getting any areas that are starting to peel up or delaminate at all, and you can just touch those up with some CA glue to help seal it up and maintain it. So hard work's doing it now, doing the whole thing now. Should keep it good for the life of the carbon fiber, make it last a lot longer. You won't have to replace the parts as much. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope this was helpful. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and more to come. Thanks for watching.